Here's another three-quarter point hike. We haven't had back-to-back hikes of that magnitude as long as I've been in the business of covering financial markets, David, as I recall.
We have seen markets sort of reverse this stance the following day after we hear these Fed comments.
The bears were in full control over the weekend. We all saw a major dip as Bitcoin crashed below $22,000 and went down the $21,000 mark the next day. But on July 27, Bitcoin prices shot up 10% after the Fed announced that it was raising interest rates by 0.75 basis points to 2.5%. The price of Bitcoin has been steadily climbing in the days after the announcement. Not only Bitcoin, but other cryptos are also skyrocketing. So, does that mean that many investors are seeing Bitcoin as a safe haven asset? Now, to cover that part, in today's video, we're going to hear Michael Saylor's point of view on Bitcoin milestones and what the future holds for the asset. If you're new to my channel, don't forget to subscribe for more videos on crypto and market. You can also hit the bell icon to never miss out on any update. So the adoption of Bitcoin was a focal point of the Blockchain Economy Istanbul event, where Michael Saylor also gave his opinion on Bitcoin and crypto market virtually. He talked about broad-based institutional adoption. To know more, let's dive into the video.
I think that institutions first became interested in Bitcoin around 2020. I think the pandemic kind of catalyzed a massive amount of interest. And that was about the first time that we had enough infrastructure that large institutional customers could start to acquire the asset. I think from 2020 to 2024, we'll see a rapid evolution and adoption of infrastructure in the crypto economy so that institutions can acquire digital assets, first Bitcoin and then eventually digital currencies like stable coins and the like. I think there was a big debate in 2020 and 2019 as to whether this was a currency or an asset or a property or what was it. And if Bitcoin had been deemed a currency, it would be viewed as competitive to governments and the dollar and the euro and other fiat currencies. And that becomes a political problem and a tax problem. I think that it has emerged as an asset and a property and not a currency. And so the designation of Bitcoin as an asset, a speculative asset by Jerome Powell and by Christina Lagarde, the heads of the Federal Reserve and the EU Central Bank, I think, and even the designation of it as an asset by the Chinese Central Bank, I think those are really big positives. Sometimes people focus upon the volatility of Bitcoin as a negative. I think the volatility has been a big positive, because if it were deemed as a stable currency, it would be threatening to all the governments in the world and the banking system. So what you've seen in the past 12 to 24 months is the evolution of understanding across all the governments of the world that crypto assets are here to stay. There's a benefit to being able to move currencies like the US dollar around on mobile phones at the speed of light. There's a benefit to 24/7, 365 trading. There's a benefit to crypto property like Bitcoin as a store of value. They've designated it as a speculative asset class. They have acknowledge that they need to bring it into the regulatory framework of securities law, banking law, tax law, and the like. All of those are very bullish factors.
Cryptocurrency space has moved out of the decade-long emergent state of its life cycle from 2009 to 2019. Countries are also focusing more regarding regulations over cryptos lately. Now, only one question arises: the notion of mass adoption, primarily because different countries face drastically different realities, so we can all have a perfect crypto adoption and regulations. Even Michael Saylor believes that a move into an adoption phase calls for the cryptocurrency industry to shape up. He also tweets the same recently, that Bitcoin will be the primary beneficiary of the current wave of crypto regulation and rationalization. Stay tuned as Michael Saylor ahead discusses the talent working on Bitcoin and how it's better than other cryptos. But before going ahead, be sure to give a big thumbs up to this video. Let's hear him out now.
I think that the rest of crypto takes a shortcut, right? The shortcut is issuing an unregistered security. So there really isn't an example that I can think of any kind of smart contract network or proof of stake or crypto network that competes with Bitcoin that didn't take the shortcut of an unregistered security. They're not decentralized. So all of the legitimate talent is working on top of the Bitcoin ecosystem, and they are there, right? If you're honest and ethical and competent, you're building stuff on Lightning or you're building an application, right? That's right. You can't, and so it is going on. The thing that, like Cash App is an example of an application. The truth of the matter is, like, any exchange trading Bitcoin is an example of an application, right? MicroStrategy is an application. It's a derivative of Bitcoin, right? We put $4 billion into it. So you could say, well, why aren't people doing things? They are doing things. GBTC is a thing. I think that the reason you didn't see so many sexy applications is because we're waiting for Lightning to harden, and the Lightning protocol has taken a few years for it to mature. I would say year one of Lightning was 2021. So the protocol had to grow up. We're kind of in year two, and I think you'll see an explosion of really cool applications built on the Lightning protocol, right? Because Lightning reduced the cost to move Bitcoin by a factor of 100,000 or something. It increased scalability by 100,000. But the vision has been there. I think most of the other stuff is just shortcuts. The problem with the shortcut is ultimately you can get away with it, but you live at the pleasure of the regulators, right? If you're selling an unregistered security to the general public and you haven't issued a registration statement, right? It's non-compliant, which means you're only going to exist until someone takes a look at it, and then the legal system's going to shut you down.
Lightning Protocol will surely be a big benefit for Bitcoin, as it will not only reduce the cost to move Bitcoin, but will also increase scalability. According to Michael Saylor, there should be no shortcuts when it comes to reaching high and top. So to conclude my video, it was surely an interesting week, where we saw not only the Fed results, but also the Blockchain Economy Istanbul event as well. What do you guys think? Do you believe the Lightning Protocol will revolutionize the way we use Bitcoin? Is more broad-based adoption waiting ahead for Bitcoin? Can we see Bitcoin above 30K soon? Let me know your thoughts in the comments section below. Also, don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. I'll see you guys in my next video. Adios.